It's the Cable MTG Show.
15 pages a day. Trying to graduate early. It was mostly the drumming, though. And I got wrist problems, and I started wearing braces. And it was only recently that I was able to go to physical therapy for it. And now I only wear the wrist braces when I'm at the computer. I don't have to wear them when I'm doing yard work or anything. I mean, that sounds sweet, Kiwi Splat. Especially if they're like really thick onions. I think that could work. I'm gonna grab this Mana Vault. A little Mana Vault action. You know what's a good card to play off Mana Vault? Mind Twist. Huh. How about that? Are we a Doomsday deck? Just like that? What else is here? There's like a Deathrite Shaman. Really lackluster pack, We could oath. Just oath this early. Oh shit, what up? High kill shot, thanks to 81 months. You think this cube seems very different than usual. Very different, huh? I don't think it's that different. Kind of late Fury. We just did several blue-green decks in a row. I don't know if I want a Jamoko. Even though it'd be pretty easy to grab here, and she fits pretty well with Oath, of course. Let's take Ancient Tomb. We'll find other walkers. We'll find better walkers. I believe this is Travis Barker on the drums. Kind of wild. I'm gonna take this Balance. Maybe. What am I gonna do? Could take Top. Could take the Edict. God, the Edict's so mopey here. I want to do something interesting. I'll take the Balance. Alright, now I'm going to take that Witherbloom Apprentice because we saw the Smog earlier. Should probably be grabbing that Wishclaw Talisman. Yeah, the question is, do we actually want to be trying to Oath? Because there is an Emrakul here, and that's a great card to Oath into. I think I'm not Oathing. There might still be these colors, though. Let's take this Wishclaw. Just like step 1, shred their hands. Step 2, fucking Witherbloom Apprentice them. Hey, Westab, thanks for 27 months. Ricky Fitness on charge. Who's Ricky Fitness? I'm unfamiliar. Oh, the Aquabats member. Is Charge a song off that album? That first Aquabats album? I'll never remember a fucking name. Oh, Charge is the whole name of the album. Okay. So by the time they got to Charge, they had swapped out. Yeah, Charge came out in 2005. I guess the Aquabats were in the 90s. I didn't know they were that old. Smog. Once upon a time, can help me find that Apprentice. I guess I want it, huh? I guess I want it. A little scheme. A little scheme. Look at this bat. His Worldly Tutor for the Apprentice, Definitely feels like a Liliana the Veiled deck. Just trying to patch whatever this is together. A little duress action. Oh yeah, not like that, Johnny Rotten. If we jammed like that, I would never have time. I would never have a space for my own tunes. I would spend a lot of time managing and stuff. Hypnotrack, I think I like the Overgrown Tomb better. Even if green ends up being like a super light splash, I still want it. Still want it. Here's some interesting cards, huh? I'm gonna grab that Emperor Bones. See the black and the green creature here fitting pretty well though. Is that the lead singer of The Offspring? That track was by The Offspring, just like full stop. Oh man, I could have been the Oath of Druids channel Emrakul deck. That would have been beautiful. I think I'm gonna take Sentinel here. I do like the Green Sun Zenith can find Witherbloom, but usually you want more than one green creature for Green Sun. In other words, yes, who's the lead of The Offspring? Yeah. Hell yeah, ride or die. You think this deck's looking questionable? Really? Why? We got some tutors. We got a 2-card combo. I think Safekeeper actually fits very well. Do we 3-0 the last deck? No. The last deck was, I think, the worst deck that I've drafted tonight. We went 1 and 2. You think the comment was looking questionable? Yeah, right? What were they thinking? Aggressively ska. So the only way to reanimate this Archon is Emperor Bones. Looking at Bronco, looking at Yavimaya. Kind of like Yavimaya with the Ancient Tomb, huh? Made that a little less painful. Have I heard the McDonald's at the Pentagon song? I have not. I don't know what that would be referring to. Rolly Tutor does pair well with the Miracle Reanimate Duder. We did have to pass that earlier, though. Unlikely to return. But we are very heavy black. Oh, we got a back, huh? Maybe I should have grabbed that Archon. Kind of looks like we got ourselves a deck, huh? We get a whole nother pack? We get a whole nother pack? A little bit more fixing. Maybe a Mox or two. You manifested the wheel? Thank you. Very kind. I like Inquisition and I like Barrogoyf here. I think I'm gonna grab that Barrogoyf. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm regretting not grabbing that Archon, huh? We did have some really good Crab decks last season, that's for sure. We had an Infinite with Crab, the opponent's Time Warp, and we had Ephemerate and Eternal Witness. So every turn we would loop the Ephemerate and the Eternal Witness and blink Crab and get their Time Warp. It was pretty vicious. I think that one went up on YouTube kind of recently. What is Parmigiana? Are they eating chicken parmesan at the fucking pubs in Australia? Chicken schnitty with marinara sauce. Isn't that what chicken parmesan is? I think that's pretty similar. Well, the chicken parmesan has the spaghetti as well. That's like the only difference. Freebooter. Yeah, we already have Bat here. We could play both. I don't think I want any of these cards. Yeah, I was really hoping to find some like fetches or more duels and stuff. It's just not happening. What's the best Madison suburb to live in? It really depends, Eric. I mean, if you start looking at places, you'll get an idea of the different vibes and what you prefer more. I'm like right on the edge. I'm living in a suburb, but it's like the vibes are like as if it's just like a smaller part of town. All the houses aren't like cookie cutter and stuff, you know, they're lived in buildings. It doesn't feel like corporate or what have you. I almost like survival. And then there's sub-suburbs that have that vibe with the long stretch of buildings that all look exactly the same, you know. I'm technically in the city of Madison, though, even though it's... But yeah, I recommend Madison a lot. A lot of great card shops. The vibes are good. Plenty of good places to eat. It's not like a hugely large city. I like to get from one end to the other is like half an hour of driving, which makes Ubering around very cheap. And then your easy driving distance to Milwaukee or Chicago. And there's a great music scene here. So yeah, great city for... I mean, we have good politics. We have good good game shops, good food, good tunes. I guess there's a reason the cost of living is going up, though, huh? I don't know how we didn't get any fixing at all. We just, like, didn't see any for 2 packs. It was crazy. Alright. What are we gonna do here? How are we gonna carve this here melon here? A rustic suburb, like 20 miles south of town. Are you talking about Fitchburg? The lakes are really pretty. The lakes are really pretty. I will say, I'm not that big of a fan of them, the lakes. The people who live around the edges spray shit on their lawn, like spray poison on their lawn and stuff. And then that creates this like blue-green algae. So there's a ton of awesome beaches, and you can't swim in them half the time. And the algae moves around so quickly that you like don't know if you can swim at a beach until like basically when you show up. They do tons of water testing and stuff. You can check and have some idea, but sometimes you don't know until you literally show up. Which sucks. That's a shitty beach if you can only swim there half the time. I think that and the cost of living are my only like actual two complaints though about Madison. Yeah, Soul Cauldron and Suit of the Grist, it doesn't really seem to do much for the rest of the deck. I guess Safekeeper is kind of fucked up. Seems like that could use some regulation. I agree. Just fucking say you can't spray this garbage on your lawn. If you want to live by the lake, fucking don't ruin it for everybody else. Seems like a pretty easy thing to pass. You're surprised I passed Titania twice with Safekeeper? Yeah, we have Safekeeper, but like Safekeeper is just naturally good in this deck, right? Protecting Baragwaith and the Witherbloom Apprentice. The nice thing about like you can't use counters to protect the Witherbloom Apprentice, but the Safekeeper is pretty nice. Titania and Safekeeper is good, but if I'm playing Titania, I want it to be solid even if I don't have the Safekeeper, and that's not the case with this deck at all. That card's too expensive to just play if you just don't have like any fetches and stuff. Plus, we've got like a shitload of playables here, right? I don't know if we would successfully make space for it. Anime Dead instead of Life Death. We don't need a lot of reanimation effects in this deck, do we? It's not a ton of targets. Oh, one thing about Life Death is it can reanimate Grist, while Anime Dead cannot. But Anime Dead hitting the opponent's things is probably more important. We have all this nice discard. I'm gonna cut Fatal Push to the sideboard. I need 3 more cuts? That's so many cuts. Maybe I'm cutting the Hagak, and then I'm cutting the Wayfinder. I dig that. The random mill on Wayfinder could really dick me up if I have a Witherbloom Apprentice draw. And then I can't like tutor for the Smog because I've milled it. It's like a real concern. Grist also self-mills. Grist is too good to cut though, I think. The Toxic probably belongs, but I gotta cut something, The biggest miss in this deck was the Archon. We didn't have any reanimation effects at the time, and then we got like a whole shitload of really good ones in pack 3. Some more duels and fetches would have been pretty good. This would be a sick turn 3 kill if it just worked. And the one has to find me a green source. So they have one draw to answer my Witherbloom here. Workshops would do it, right? Just immediately give them the mana for the Ballista. Oh, they're not running out the Ballista. Well, I'm just going to jam. I win! Yay! Turn 3 kill! Woo! Best of 1 with no prizes might be the fastest format Magic has to offer, right? Full cubes coming in 2 days. Keep another no green source opener. The prizes are the friends we made along the way. Yeah, it's about the fucking gathering, right? It's a favorite prize. It's a good one. How you doing, Steve? You're pretty decent. Hope I'm well. I had a rough start to my morning. I didn't sleep well last night. Spending too much time on social media. And then I got moving. I got a lifetime supply of wood chips. I got streaming. I got to try out the new vintage cube. A lot of good things in a very short time period. Helps a lot, I think just casting a damn Grave Titan next turn is going to be really good. Those chips for a garden and others. I'm planning these, huge raised beds gardens. And so they're going to be, I'm going to be using some of the plant matter, in the beds themselves. And then, mulch for the top, keep the soil moist. And then there'll also be, wood chips for the pathways. They're just going to do everything. These wood chips are going to turn my life around. I'm telling you. This is how we win. That was exactly it, dude. The chip drop was a hard sell for sure. I was like, so you're not going to be able to use the garage for a few days. She's like, fucking excuse me? Not a good start. And by a few days, I mean some weeks. So I could trade off with Grave Titan here. Kind of don't like either, taking it or not taking it. They're both bad. I should be overblocking that. I'm taking a point of trample here for no reason. The weather's gotten way better. Yeah. I was waiting. I was waiting for the time when it wasn't asinine to make her park on the street. And then I just fucking plugged in the chip drop stuff. I did, yeah. Get that the fuck out of there. Might need to rip Smog here. Gardening for growing food or cool flowers. Both big oofta. I think in the front, I'm going to be doing this kind of pyramid thing. And that's going to be mostly native flowers and stuff. And then in the back, I'm going to have 2 4-foot tall fucking 4x8. And one of them is going to be set up with some very tall permanent plants. 6-foot tall things. So there's just a fucking 6-foot vegetable barrier, privacy barrier between us and the next yard. Give the backyard kind of a foresty vibe. And then the other one's going to be full of veggies and herbs and stuff. One of the benefits of huge raised beds are very obnoxious. For one, they take like a lot of dirt, which can get very expensive depending on how you're filling them. And then if you're using like a lot of plant matter at the bottom to fill up space and stuff, that'll decompose and it'll resettle. Then you have to re-add dirt later. But the fucking bunnies, those bastard bunnies, can't jump that high. So if you want to grow like very delicate herbs and lettuce and stuff, 4-foot garden bed might be sweet. Your girlfriend bought $1,000 of dirt for raised beds a few years ago? Yeah, that's not crazy at all. I think I'll be spending less than that, but something. Gonna buy some worm poop. Gonna buy some fucking mushroom compost. Gonna be sweet. The city dump usually has dirt for free. Yeah, there's a few places that you can get dirt, especially if you're like willing to haul it yourself and such. There's a composting program here in Madison where you don't get like free compost, but you can get like a shitload delivered in bulk for pretty cheap. Like $200 for a square yard, and it's made from like thrown away food, so it's pretty good. They share you like all the stats for the dirt that they're delivering. Dig it up from other parts of your yard. Yeah, I mean, so like one of the benefits of doing a raised bed is that it's completely isolated from the dirt in the rest of your yard, so you have complete control over it. So if you just like dig dirt from the rest of your yard, you're like losing that control. That's kind of a wild game, huh? Yeah, the hugel culture. I'll definitely be doing that. I've got a bunch of like logs and stuff, and now like an infinite supply of wood chips. So there'll be some hugel culturing happening. That's when you use like fucking sticks and plant matter and stuff at the bottom to fill up a lot of the space in the raised beds. Apparently, the Germans would do mound gardening like that, right? They would just like build up the earth in a pillar like that. Am I going to inoculate the dirt with beneficial bacteria? Yeah. So like I mentioned the mushroom compost. That has a ton of good bacteria in it. And that's literally just the shit that they like grow mushrooms on. The block with the X drinker. Well, the block with the X drinker saved the Minsk. The jump there. I don't think it was bad. I think my opponent's winning still. That's fucking Minsk. I want to get their last card, but I don't want to bin my crab for no reason, Maybe I should have untapped the Mana Vault, have the crab next turn for sure. Some nitrogen fixing fungus. I'm thinking about getting this like straw that comes infused with mushroom spores. Oh, it looks like I ordered them. Have any of y'all had wine cap mushrooms? So they put the spores in the sawdust, and then you use the sawdust as like mulch in your garden. And the mushrooms just like grow like that and just like improve the health of your garden earth while giving you tasty mushrooms. Also known as the garden giant. A delicious mushroom with a mild earthy flavor reminiscent of artichokes and potatoes. Ideal mushroom for beginners as it colonizes quickly and yields reliably. Yeah, that sounds perfect for me. Alright, I'm just going to rip my land here, and it's all going to be good. Well, that is not bad. Why didn't they rebuy the Blood Braid? Well, might just be fucked here. Yeah, we're just super dead, and they just attack, then sank. I'm curious what their last card was, though. Mountain, sure. Alright, friends. That's it. That's it for my pre-preview league tokens. Let's switch over to my other account real quick. I'll fire up some pauper matches. Oh god, it's 9 o'clock.